Hi, and welcome to Anime with Annie. In this video today, I'll be reviewing One Punch Man anime series overall. But before we get into it, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates from us. Let's get started. Anime may have gained a devoted and fervent following outside of Japan since the advent of high-speed internet, but fans will undoubtedly always have to deal with grandparents who question why they're watching those silly Asian cartoons again. The worlds of anime and manga are occasionally introduced to a new generation of viewers by a series with crossover mainstream popularity that permeates Western pop culture. Even casual television viewers are probably aware of at least one of these series, if only thanks to the "It's over 9,000" meme. Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Pokemon all found new homes on foreign television channels. The fact that Hollywood is now producing live-action adaptations of Death Note and Ghost in the Shell, while rumors of a huge Akira production are still circulating, is also no coincidence. With its mix of gore-centric fight sequences, interesting secrets, and fist-pumping soundtrack, Attack on Titan has more recently been successful in drawing anime newcomers and aficionados alike. One Punch Man is currently competing to join that exclusive club. One Punch Man is based on a manga series, as is the case with many anime productions. A webcomic that was created by Yusuke Murata and written by a person only known as One quickly became viral and was distributed to a wider audience by the Shonen Jump organization, which is behind many of Japan's most popular manga series. Naturally, the anime version quickly followed. It debuted in Japan in late 2015 and, like its inspiration, gained almost immediate notoriety. The narrative follows the exploits of Saitama, a bland-appearing, balding 25-year-old who, after failing to land a conventional job, chooses to realize his childhood dream of becoming a superhero, like you do. Saitama discovers he has gotten obscenely strong and is able to destroy any enemy with a single punch, after 3 years of not particularly rigorous training. At the start of the series, we find Saitama incredibly dissatisfied with the lack of difficulties enemies present. Much to our hero's dismay, Genos, a vengeance-seeking cyborg who watches Saitama's enormous strength and aspires to become his devoted and diligent student, soon arrives, energizing the dissatisfied existence of our protagonist. It doesn't take long for a world of nefarious organizations, crazy professional superheroes, and mad alien monsters to unveil itself, and really crack the universe of One Punch Man wide open, despite the fact that the story first adopts a Monster of the Week style pattern. With such a description, it's challenging to imagine how One Punch Man will differentiate itself in such a crowded market. Indeed, you'd be forgiven for initially dismissing this series as a generic fighting anime created using a mold hundreds of others have previously used because of the strong, morally conscious protagonists, a belt conveyor procession of villains for him to fight, an inherently untrustworthy organization and authority. The fact that One Punch Man is both an action piece and a satirical comedy is perhaps pertinent to highlight at this point. The fact that the show establishes a conventional hero versus monsters concept and then gleefully manipulates and imitates every stereotype and convention may really be its greatest asset. An apparently unoriginal premise is entirely turned on its head in the show, which does a fantastic job of parodying both the action anime and superhero genres. The humor in the show is smart, surprising, and self-aware, and transcend any language or cultural barriers. The manga's first printed volume features a brooding and dramatic Saitama, a defeated beast writhing in agony behind him, one fist emitting smoke as a result of a recent punch, and the other fist clutching a shopping bag full of groceries. This unusual yet utterly successful hybrid is perfectly encapsulated here. One Punch Man consistently humble and excessively laid-back lead character, along with Yusuke Murata's illustrations of his comically dry facial expressions, accounts for a large portion of the humor in the film. The standard "I'm going into my final form." The speech given by the villain Lord Boros, for example, very much fits every cliché associated with anime. One Punch Man, however, is at its cliché-busting finest when it takes a classic genre trope and shows a protagonist respond with much the same apathy and skepticism as many veteran anime fans would, as generated and demonstrated by Saitama's expressionless, unaffected response of just, okay. Meanwhile, the supporting cast is far from a one-man show, and as diverse, colorful, and bonkers as one could hope for. The fan-favorite Tornado of Terror, a powerful psychic with the presence of a small child and a tongue sharp enough to send anyone's ego crashing through the floor, is on the other end of the spectrum from the brave but feeble, licenseless writer, a low-rank hero who murders people with his trusty bicycle always in tow. One Punch Man is a brilliant example of a show in which it doesn't matter which characters in an episode people like to focus on, since you know you're in for a treat, because each member of the main cast gets given both moments of humor and badassness. One Punch Man still excels in the action and drama categories, despite its brilliant humor and superb ability to defy convention. The aforementioned fight with Lord Boros, while full of hilarious jokes, can proudly compete with any fight from Dragon Ball Z or Bleach in terms of heart-pounding action and jaw-dropping special moves. When a certain fan-favorite character refuses to give in despite suffering a severe pounding, or when Saitama's attempts to save the world aren't fully recognized, there's even a subtle but poignant emotional dimension. However, there are many other factors to take into account in order to draw new viewers who seem to be unfamiliar with the anime genre. One Piece, a popular anime series, is regarded by Japanese fans as being one of the best of all time, and because of its success, there are now entire stores devoted to selling the show's products. So why does the show's popularity in the West lag behind? One plausible explanation is that since One Piece debuted in 1999, potential fans would have over 700 episodes to catch up on. Another problem is the dreaded filler episodes, which are regrettably common in serialized anime. For those who are unfamiliar, filler episodes are narrative arcs that were not part of the original manga or penned by the series creator. They serve as a filler for its series, either to pass the time while new source material is created, or in some circumstances to extract more money from a devoted fanbase. Naturally, these episodes are frequently drab and pointless collections of pure nonsense, because they have no bearing on the main plotline. One Piece and other series managed to get away with this tactic by only using it when absolutely required, but Naruto and Bleach both suffer greatly as a result of the negative impact of extensive filler. There hasn't been a real episode in this weekly series for a good few months since Naruto, which is particularly guilty of this. Regularly inserts a variety of flashbacks, side tables, and complete gibberish to lengthen itself as it approaches the end of its main story. Imagine The Walking Dead season finale being 1 week away when AMC announces an additional 10 episodes exploring the origins of Abraham's ginger beard. It is something that would simply not fly away with a Western audience. One Punch Man thankfully avoids both of these problems and immediately becomes approachable for casual viewers without losing the series' integrity. The first season of the show consists of 12 quick-paced episodes that last a little under 25 minutes each. What's more, each of those episodes is entirely canonical, with hardly any filler material rearing its ugly head. The manga is nearly scene-for-scene followed in the anime, which is tight and economical and spends little time on introductions and backstories in favor of throwing us right into the action. Because quite simply, if you don't like episode 1, you won't get much of a kick from any of the others. This method enables viewers to determine very quickly whether to continue watching. However, those who do enjoy the show's distinct blend of exhilarating action and visual humor will be glad to hear that a third season is already in the works and will be released later this year. Fans of Attack on Titan, a huge crossover success in both Japan and the West, will be especially relieved by this. Although the first season of that series ended in 2013, there is still no announced release date for the second season, leaving fans to make do with a plethora of largely useless spin-off media and the distant echoes of a cash cow being fully milked. As a result, the franchise has lost a lot of its momentum over the past 3 years, which is unfortunate given the number of anime newcomers it was drawing at its height. Anyone who has read the One Punch manga in advance will be aware that there's plenty of interesting material for the second and third seasons to cover. If the show keeps up its approachable, genre-spanning, non-serious tone, Western audiences may soon hear a lot more about Saitama, the man who is only a hero for joy. And that concludes my review of One Punch Man. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Anime with Annie, for more such exciting anime content and reviews. And please leave comments about what you thought of today's video. And remember, have an Annie-mazing day!